Hey, Hammeh here, and a quick bit of new Sombra news for you. We're a couple of days before Blizzcon, on the very morning that the Sombra ARG may well show some new news, Sombra's look has been confirmed. I'm going to quickly round up the news of this latest leak, speculate as to what we might learn about Sombra and her abilities from it, and then look forward to what could happen both today, November the 1st in the ARG, and at Blizzcon in a few days' time. So what's happened? On the Blizzard Gear store, there's various BlizzCon exclusive gear that you can buy if you have a virtual ticket. There was a live image URL pointing to an art print. So this is definitely real, from the BlizzCon site, although it's since been removed. So here we see Sombra, a purple-haired loving Hispanic, we presume, hacker, is pictured atop what pretty much appears to be a giant Sviatogor mech, famously built in Volskaya Industries and a big part of the map there. Made by current CEO Katya Volskaya's family company, these mechs were key to Russia's fighting of the Omnic Crisis, and production is being ramped up again in Overwatch's present day as a second Omnic Crisis threatens to cover the world. Sombra appears to be hacking or controlling the mech somehow with glove-style augments that are projecting beams of what appears to be energy into the circuits of the giant mech. We can't see whether these are actually implants or not, but with a connection to an elbow pad on her right arm for one of the gloves visible, I'd speculate that at least some of the gear is tied into her jacket or stuff that she wears, rather than being fused onto her. The artist's signature in the bottom right is John Polidora. Love his work, he's worked for Blizzard and worked on the cute sprays or some of them amongst other things. What does this confirm? Well, it certainly confirms the earlier Sombra leak we saw a few weeks back as being valid. The art style of the characters is completely the same. That leak also contained a chunk of Sombra's bio, which has been proven out partially in the Sombra ARG over the last few weeks. We can be pretty sure now that Sombra lost everything in the Omnic Crisis, developed amazing skills with computers and technology to survive. She worked with Los Muertos, the gang that we see in Dorado, Mexico, as well as in Los Angeles in Hollywood level, executing increasingly ambitious operations probably until she attracted too much attention and had to go underground. She's also been recruited by Talon, so we know her affiliation, confirming she is Talon most likely when working with Reaper in Old Soldiers, and to finish, she seems content to work with Talon for now, presumably, in a last cut-off line on the leak. Perhaps Sombra is having second thoughts about Talon if she's content to work with them for now, but I wouldn't necessarily take that as a redemption story waiting to happen, given her criminal past. Overwatch needs more bad guys and gals. Personally, I'd be happy for Sombra to be a baddie, or somewhere in between like Symmetra. Let me know what you think or would prefer in the comments. What abilities could Sombra have? Well, hacking appears to definitely be a theme, as if we didn't know that already, but hacking what though? Hacking in-game existing mechanics could certainly be a thing. What could you hack? Well, shields, have a look at your enemy team's ult status, that could be useful when deciding when to push or not. Enemy ult charger ability cooldowns could be slightly imbalanced if not correctly, but it's there. Enemy constructs, well there's not many, but Symmetra and Torbjorn turrets could certainly be an option, as well as Symmetra's teleporter. I did think about enemy vision, disrupting your view for a brief period of time could be pretty nasty. Imagine disrupting the vision of an enemy sniper before running your team through a choke point, but again, people have mentioned things like mind control as well. Perhaps that's maybe a bit too strong in an FPS, depending on its length and form. Now, a lot of these hacks could be totally unbalanced if too long, or strong in duration, or just unbalanced period. Some of them might well only fit into an ultimate. But any kind of hacking would be really cool to see, so I can't wait to see what Sombra's kit is like and where it places her. We also know that Sombra has a machine pistol or Uzi, potentially for a sidearm, which looks really sweet. Maybe it's high damage, low magazine size for close quarters protection, with a larger spread at longer range. I'm thinking of some kind of weapon that maybe has slightly more range, but maybe slightly less damage and magazine than Tracer's pulse pistols maybe, just as a little bit of protection. That'll be really cool to see too. As a last thing, because Sombra is on top of mech on this picture, people have started speculating about pets. They'd love her to be able to control pets, summon Omnics somehow, or robots or something similar. Now, given that we've only got the two Omnics in Zen and Bastion right now, it would be very unlikely that she'd have anything that would interfere with them specifically. But being able to call in some kind of pet would be amazing. But being able to call in some kind of summon would be amazing. So, I would imagine, without being technically competent at this kind of thing, that coding pets into Overwatch could be a bit of a pain. Think about how they'd have to interact and move inside every level, not get stuck on ledges, how to control them. Something World of Warcraft style as a pet that follows you around and attacks things all the time in a permanent state could be quite tough. However, something that's spawned for a short time and that either attacks a target in a small area or defends it, think like a Symmetra turret but maybe could move within a finite range, that could be easier though. What do you reckon? What next? Well, we know what Sombra looks like, and we know a reasonable amount about her lore and backstory. The framework at least, if not the fine detail. BlizzCon is just 3 days away, Friday, November the 4th. What can we expect to see for Sombra? I'm pretty sure we'll get an Origins trailer like we've had for Ana, a hero reveal trailer for gameplay, and of course, lots of gameplay throughout BlizzCon. People will be showing her off in matches, the press will get to see her, and we'll see her abilities and how maybe she fits into a game along the way. Stylosa of Unit Lost recently announced he will be live streaming from BlizzCon, the Lucky Devil, on Friday night, UK or EU time. That's morning, LA or Pacific time. So that's pretty soon after the opening ceremony. My bet is that you'll be able to see him streaming Sombra gameplay live at some point, so I'd definitely go tune into him on Twitch. We may get new maps, and we'll certainly get a whole bunch of other Overwatch news and announcements aside from Sombra though. There's going to be a What's New panel, there's a whole hour of Q&A on the last day, and a bunch of other stuff too. I can't wait to see it. I'll be covering all of the BlizzCon news that comes out here on the channel, straight after it happens, and making new lore videos and others as we go. So if you'd like to be kept up to date with BlizzCon, all of the goings on the panels, if you don't have a virtual ticket, and you enjoy this vid, please consider throwing me a subscribe, and keep stopping by and join me here on the channel later in the week. What do you think of Sombra's look? Are you excited for her abilities? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to this Overwatch, Sombra news and leak update. If you enjoyed this vid, do like, subscribe or comment, it really helps me out, and I'd love to hear what you think about Sombra in the comments below. Do sound off your opinions. If you enjoy the world, story, origins, lore and generally anything about Overwatch, do check out my lore videos to start with in the links below, as well as my news and other vids too. Cheers for tuning in, I'm Hammeh, take it easy.